Ducks don't draw, but they do famously love to swim, which makes doing Mermaid kind of a no-brainer. Hey everyone, welcome to my very first YouTube video where I'm going to be diving into Mermay. So I've never actually done Mermay before, mostly because I never have remembered it until it's been May and I've been scrolling through Instagram wondering where all the mermaids came from. But this year, I remembered. I'm not aiming for daily updates because I don't think I'd be able to manage that with my schedule currently. But I did want to give it a go, and since I often work digitally, I wanted to try something different. I always have loved working traditionally, so I'm going to be using Mermaid this month as an excuse to explore. I'm pretty sure I have everything I need, so let's get going. I'm not even sure that I'm doing watercolor today. I don't want to say I'm going without a plan, because I have a plan. I think I will start with some watercolor, actually. We will see what happens. Okay, I think I found some good washi. Jellyfish. Oh my gosh, it's a little octopus. We're doing this one. Perfect for a mermaid. So I don't know how well you can see it, but I do have this sketch to work with. I know that there is a prompt list, like an official prompt list, but I'm not planning on using that. My personal inspiration is going to be my favorite flowers. So today's mermaid is based around hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? Oh goodness. I'm gonna say this is my favorite flower, then I'm gonna not entirely know how to say it, but more specifically to give me more to work with, I'm referencing the meaning of the different flowers. And so hydrangea, the meaning is actually boastful and heartlessness, which is a little, I'm like, okay, well, I like them. I believe it's because of their bountiful blooms that it was given this meaning. So she's not like a nice mermaid, but that's okay. That's okay. So I have this sketch. I have a color study that I sort of whipped up in Procreate. Not an incredibly finalized one, but enough to go off of. And I can pull up reference photos if I need to. And I have with me some watercolors, some watercolor pencils, and some regular colored pencils. And hopefully with all of this, I can do something. So I think I'm gonna start a little bit wet, actually. I have a Frisket pen. Where'd it go? Ugh, I don't have time for Frisket. Okay, you know what? We will start light. I've got a little bit of Naples yellow here, I believe. Really? We're just sort of, this is so experimental. I'm a little bit scared. I shouldn't be scared. But I am. Just paint, just paint, just paint. I did just remember that this tail down here is also floral. So I'm going to put in some pinks there. It is, again, a little muddy, but it might dry okay. I'm not too concerned. I do like how, I'd forgotten this about working with watercolor, how when you put in, you just let it dry for a little bit, and it just gives you this sort of contained, muted bleed. One of my favorite effects for sure. Ooh. Definitely lost a lot of my sketch at this point, so we're kind of going on vibes. Then I'm going to carve a little bit into here. It's not super wet, so I'm getting hard edges, which I also don't mind. Thankfully, because that's what's happening. Let's see though if I can bring some water in to blend it. There we go. No. Leave a little bit of white space and okay, I think I'm pretty happy with how the textures are looking here. It's definitely stayed lighter around the face, and it is bleeding out around the tail. I've got some nice hard edges and some nice bleeds and fades, which is actually exactly what I was hoping for. So I think it's far enough dry that I'm gonna pull out the hairdryer and move on to the next step. Alright, so here's the situation. Taking a little break. This seems to have dried, and I'm actually pretty happy with how flat it dried too. So we've got some textures, and I think we're good to try drawing. Oh, the crossroads, oh, the crossroads. So the question is, do I dare try the watercolor pencils? I don't know why, but I just cannot find a lot of information online about how these function on top of watercolor. So it could be that I put on some watercolor pencil, it reactivates the watercolor, and it becomes a huge mess. But it could also be worth trying out. And this is experiment time! So I have here a big old bundle of colors that I think might be useful. Okay, you know, I just don't have time to swatch all of them. Well, okay. Come along with me for this ride. Let's see what happens. So the skin in my original color study is a little bit gray, a little bit green, which can be a tricky line to toe. Oh, what am I doing? That's blue. Should I do more of it? No. So I think what this needs is some lines to sort of anchor it. Right now there's a lot of wishy-washy, there's some hard edges. So I want to just go in, we'll figure out that rest eventually, with maybe this color. And just start to boop boop. Line it out a little bit. No, I've started with this. I think I can switch. I think I can do anything I want. But I've been trying to decide what I know about her. She's got kind of that siren quality to her, maybe. So is she killing men? Heartless. She could be killing men. I'm sorry, men. There we go. I'm gonna try something. Can we be wild for a second? Can we be crazy? Can we see what happens? I'm just mad that I have these watercolor pencils. These watercolor pencils. And they've been sitting here while I watercolor. I haven't done a single thing with them. So I just want to see what happens. Okay, we got some pencil-y textures happening. Really, not much is happening here. There's some color coming off the pencil. It does keep some of that pencil texture, which maybe is kind of cool. Can't decide. Maybe I just scrubbed it on too hard. These are the Prismacolors. And I will say, when I look at people recommending art supplies, I never see them recommend these. Okay, we're gonna stop doing that. No, we're gonna keep doing that, but somewhere else. Okay, can I be real? I think I'm gonna leave the watercolor pencils for now. So let's evaluate again what the goals were for the piece. Experiment. Check. Have fun? Check. Make a YouTube video? Maybe. Check. If you're watching this, then check. So even if this doesn't come out like my best work, I think there's value in creating it. And I think sometimes you just need to give yourself permission to make these kind of pieces. I think I am running out of time. Actually, I'm liking what this color is doing. Watercolor gods, love me. Colored pencil gods, love me. Watercolor pencil gods, we are... I don't want to blaspheme, but... let's just work for a while. I hope I picked some really good music to go on this part, just like something gorgeous, beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. Oh no, I lost that whole side. That is me being observant. All right, I did just look at the clock and have an itty bitty heart attack. So I think I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna come back to it tonight, hopefully with fresh eyes. And I think I got a good start. I think I need to obviously darken up the background and get to the hydrangeas. But I think it could be going somewhere. We'll find out. So, obviously plans changed, not nighttime anymore. Kind of a rainy day today, actually. We did a fire pit thing, it went forever. Anyway, I think I can finish this up today. I think in the next couple hours we'll be good to go. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so I think the plan for today is to get some of this shadow around, well, the plan for today is to finish, but I think we're gonna start putting some of the shadow around her, and then finally, we're gonna get into the hydrangeas, which I did a little, I kinda couldn't stop from touching it, even after I was done, but I didn't do too much. So let's see if we can knock this out. Kind of have in mind sort of that stalactite, stalagmite type feel. That's interesting how it fades out from the... Oh, that's interesting. How you get the hard edges then bleeding down into the soft. That's pretty neat. Be a little careful around here because I'm definitely going to be bringing in these hydrangeas. I had a thought last night too that I do have white gouache, which I might bring in to pull out a few lights at the very end. Go. I'm hoping it stays wet enough over here for me to come in with something to temper the purple a bit. Obviously I did not pre-wet up here, so no soft edges up here. That might have been a mistake. We'll find out. It really is nice to not be too married to the outcome of this piece. I'm not going to sell it. It's my first YouTube video, so realistically, it's not going to get much traction. So there's sort of a freedom. Yeah, I think I'll use the white gouache to bring out that hair too, because I feel like inevitably what I'm doing here is going to bite into where I want the hair to be. Kind of guiding the color along. I know it probably, the shapes of it are a little more wisteria right now. But imagine panicle hydrangeas, which is the kind that I have in my yard. The panicle ones that are they're a little more conical, if that's how you... So I think I'm safe to still call these hydrangeas. I'm definitely trying to do what they do with the colors in watercolor here, right? And these ones up here, keeping some harder, well, they have a defined border up here, right? Down elsewhere, I might let the edge get lost. So I'm gonna let that sit and dry, and again, move. The nice thing about working on a larger watercolor piece is that you can sort of move from place to place to place. Oh, I'm gonna have to be careful with those edges. With my next mermaid, I have definitely a few things I want to do, because I knew this first one was going to be a little bit throwing spaghetti at the wall, which maybe in hindsight I could have saved my favorite flower for when I thought I would have more of a handle on things. But also, I think you need to do the things that you love up front. So, like, if you're always saving, like, oh, once I'm this good, or once I'm to this level, then I will do my favorite flower, then I will use this art supply that looks so cool, is expensive, then I'll use this paper. If you're always saving it for that future, sometimes it might be exactly what you need to get started in the present moment, and you can always get more paper, and I can always paint later another hydrangea mermaid if I want to. You just maybe don't always need to be so precious with the things that we love, as if they need something, some skill or some occasion worthy of using them. this right now on this rainy day, and I can hear my children not napping in the background. I hope you can't. This is worthy of a hydrangea. Okay, I do worry that I'm getting a little too detailed over here, so I'm gonna try to flatten some of these. Flattening the shadows always, it's just a good look. Maybe it'll dry. Nice. It ain't over till it's over, sisters. Watch this. Fall on my face. Now this might be a bad plan. Ooh. No, it's not a bad plan. It's probably, no, I love it. Let's see, can I get, if I mix in, doo-doo. All right, those were a little awkward. Now this is a little bluer maybe. A little bit bluer, let's see. All right. Might be overdoing it, but I kind of don't care. And now I'm gonna go paint on top of it. This time for this mermaid, I did a lot of throwing spaghetti at the wall just to see what happened. Next time, I want to go in with a bit more of a plan and a little less spaghetti. Ooh, I need to pick what flower. What do I love? I love Queen Anne's lace. Is that what it's called? And I love forget-me-nots. I kind of like those little, I think I have a preference for the little, fiddly is not the right word, but the little delicate looking flowers. Those are usually my favorite. hating this anymore. I don't know if I'm loving it. I don't know if it's technically proficient. But maybe we've turned a corner. Maybe it's not colored pencil that fixes all. Maybe it's gouache. I don't think it fixed all. I think, I don't know why I'm hesitant to say that I like certain parts of this. I'm like, oh, but the values and the this and that. And I know all the ways in which it is lacking. But there are elements here that I'm loving. And that's kind of what I want to focus on for now. Sometimes you just need to admit that something can be imperfect and still okay. Well, now I'm just tempted to turn this all into a gouache painting. Gouache fixes everything. That's not true. It won't go well. It won't go well if I do that. Remind me. I need you to tell me that won't go well. Yeah, see? I got greedy. I thought I could have it all. I'm gonna eat after this. Oh man, am I gonna eat? I don't know what I don't know what we have in the house. I think we have leftover soup. I made like a chicken dumpling soup. I will say the dumplings didn't quite dump. Or they did dump. They didn't dumple. They could have been. I've made them much better before. I don't really know what happened this time. But in my mind, even substandard homemade chicken dumplings still quite happy to eat that. it, right? Kind of fun to have this boastful, heartless mermaid in my sketchbook now. Thank you so much for joining me for my first YouTube video. My channel is going to have more videos like this, more videos about making art, more videos about the business of being an artist. I'll be launching a shop soon. I'll be doing artist alleys this fall and next year. So if you enjoyed what you saw today, go ahead and press like. If you want to see more, go ahead and press subscribe. I only ask that you press the buttons gently. They've been smashed so many times. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go eat that soup.